Welcome everyone. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Patrick here at YogaRenew. Today's class is a Vinyasa class and we'll be working towards Astavakrasana, which is translated as 8-angle pose. It's a complicated arm balance. There's a twisting component, of course, some hip opening, and as with all arm balances, some strength, core strength, upper body strength that's required to work on this pose, but we'll work along the way to prepare the body in a way that hopefully gives us a chance to try this challenging pose. So to get started, let's sit in Sukhasana. It's translated as simple cross-legged seat, which I'm in now. Basically, you want to cross at your shins and let your feet rest underneath your kneecaps. For this class, I do have 2 yoga blocks, which may be important, especially to work on the arm balance today, and I'm sitting up on 1 blanket. Once you have everything, go ahead and let your palms rest on your thighs. You can gently press down to let your legs relax. And as you do it, elevate your chest. And when you elevate your chest, roll your arm bones back and out of the way so that the sides of your chest lift, and let your eyes be on the horizon. Go ahead and close your eyes. Just take a few breaths in and out through your nose today, to allow yourself to become present in your body, in your breath, and on your mat. If there's any intention you would like to set for yourself, you can set it now. Bring your palms together at your heart in the mudra of gratitude, namaskar. Let your head bow towards your heart. Go ahead, relift your head and let your eyes open. So take your arms out nice and wide, breathe in. I'm just going to start with a simple twist. Turn to the right hand behind you, left hand on your front right thigh. Use your back hand to sit up tall, breathe in. And then as you breathe out, you're just going to bend your elbows to turn your rib cage around your spine, rolling this right arm bone back and out of the way to turn that right corner of your chest. Take a full breath in. And turn as you breathe out. Good. Unwind. Take your arms nice and wide. Breathe in. And let's turn to the left. Left hand behind you, right hand on that thigh. Use your back hand to sit up nice and tall. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, bend both of your elbows away from your chest so that your whole rib cage turns around your spine, rolling this left upper arm bone back and out of the way. Take a full breath in. Turn as you breathe out. Good. Unwind, arms wide. Bring your hands to your heart. So from here, we're going to take this into a forward fold. So Sukhasana still. Lean onto your fingertips. Move your sit bones back a little, especially if you're sitting up on a blanket. And then walk your hands out. Notice when you walk your hands out that they don't get narrow. So at least shoulder distance wide, maybe even wider for some of us. And then breathe in, pull the center of your chest forward, which is important today. You want your chest to go forward. Use your arms to pull your chest forward. And you can let your head go at the end there, but keep your arms extending so that the sides in front of your chest, instead of collapsing, are actually pulling forward towards the crown of your head. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Good. Look forward. Walk those hands back. Sit up nice and tall. So whichever leg you have in front, you're going to put the other leg in front. So we'll just switch the crossing, as we say. Take your arms wide again. We'll do the same thing. Breathe in and then turn to the right. Right hand behind you, left hand on that front thigh. Breathe in, sit up tall. Exhale and turn. One more. Breathe in. Exhale and turn. And then unwind, arms wide, breathe in, turn to the left. Left hand behind you, right hand on that thigh. Breathe in, sit up nice and tall. Exhale and turn. One more, breathe in. Exhale and turn. Good, arms wide. Bring your hands to your heart. And then one more time, Sukhasana, forward fold. Lean onto your fingertips. Move your sit bones back a little bit so that they're not pulling under you. And then walk your hands away from those sit bones. So your sit bones are one anchor, your fingertips are the other, and you're trying to create space in between. So pull your chest forward, breathe in. And then you don't lose that length that you found, but you can let your head go and breathe out. Breathe into your low back, your mid back, your upper back. And as you breathe out, relax your legs and your head. Look forward. Walk your hands back. Sit up nice and tall. Good. And then we'll come onto our hands and knees to start. If you have your blocks, you can just move them to the sides now, and we'll use them as needed. Same thing with your blanket. You can just move it off to the side. So let's just start in child's pose. Let your big toes touch. Let your knees go wide. And this nice deep bend of the knee is also important today, especially as we start to get towards Astavakrasana. Let your hips stay back towards your heels. And then don't lose that. Similar to Sukhasana, walk your hands away so that you get nice and long in the sides of your trunk. Once you're fully extended, the elbows are lifted, just let your head relax. So it's an active child's pose. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Look forward now. Come back onto your hands and knees. Keep your arms straight, shifting your shoulders over your wrists. Now curl your toes behind your knees. Breathe in. And now we lift the hips away from the hands. So press your palms down firmly, keeping your arms nice and straight, and climb your hips up away from your hands, letting your head relax. Breathe in. You can even lift your heels to get your hips higher, to straighten your legs as you breathe out. Firm your kneecaps, pull your leg bones away, let your head go. Just take a few breaths here, breathing in. And as you breathe out, when you empty your belly, straighten your arms and straighten your legs. Come forward to plank pose, breathe in. Child's pose. As you breathe out, sit your hips back towards your heels. And then walk your arms away so that the sides of your trunk get long, the front of your chest gets long, and let your head relax. Take a breath in and a breath out. Look forward, shift your weight over your wrists, keeping those arms straight, curl your toes, breathe in. Adho Mukha Svanasana. As you breathe out, downward facing dog. Lifting your heels to straighten those legs. Let your hips lift, let your head go. Now lift your right leg up as you breathe in. Step your foot right between your hands as you breathe out. Plant your left palm, turn to the right for this lunge twist to start. Reach that right arm up, pull your head and chest away from that back foot. And then breathe out. Bring your right hand down, straighten your right leg. Parallel your feet, breathe in here, and then as you breathe out, keep your legs straight. Just walk your hands back a little bit towards your feet. You can bend your elbows and let your head relax towards the floor. Take a full breath in and a breath out. Good, breathe in, lift your head and chest, bend your left knee here for Skandasana, flick your right toes up. So you have a nice deep bend of that left leg, and an extension of that right leg. Breathe in here, and then walk back to that low lunge at the top of your spot, all the way around. When you get there, you might use your blocks, but you're gonna straighten this front leg all the way. Press your heels down, lift and lengthen your chest. You can walk your hands back a little, and then as you breathe out, bend your elbows, empty your belly, and let your head move towards your right shin. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Breathe in, look forward here, lengthen your chest. You're gonna bend your back leg now, step forward, have a little space between your feet, and then fold over your legs. You can bend your elbows wide and let your head go. On your next breath in, lengthen your chest, half Ardha Uttanasana. Plant your left hand under your face. You might bend your left knee a little.
Now turn to the right so that that whole left rib rolls towards the floor. You can start with your right hand on your hip and then go ahead and lift that right arm up to the ceiling. Breathe in here. As you breathe out, bend both knees. You're going to wrap your right arm under your left for Garuda, eagle arms. Press your heels down and stand all the way up. Once you get up, let your shoulders wrap forward towards your elbows. Your elbows lift, your forearms move away from your face. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, lift the sides of your chest up. Now bend your knees, hollow your belly, start to fold forward. Unwrap those arms, let your head go. Step your right foot back, and then step all the way back, downward facing dog. Take your whole breath, come forward to plank pose. Now, shift your weight towards the crown of your head onto your tiptoes. So pull your head and chest forward, away from your feet. With your chest pulling forward, bend your elbows back. Keep lengthening your chest to lower to your belly. When you get there, widen your feet a little, widen your hands as high or as low as you want to lift up for this first cobra pose. And you can take 1, 2, 3, 4 breaths, whatever it is, to kind of coil your spine and start to lift and lengthen. But at the end, your last breath here, breathe in, lift your chin off your chest, and then lay yourself down. Narrow your hands and feet. Lift up through all fours. Curl your toes. Downward facing dog. Lift your left foot up. Step that foot between your hands. And then twist to the right. Plant that right arm. Lift your left arm up to the ceiling. Keep that left knee pulling into the midline. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring your palm down. You're going to straighten your left leg, parallel your feet, line up your heels, and then walk your hands back towards your toes. You can bend your elbows wide even a little bit today to let your head relax. Just take one breath in and a breath out. Lift your head and then shift to Skandasana. You can bend that right leg, flick your left toes up as you extend that left leg out. Breathe in, and then let's walk towards this low lunge at the top of our spot. Nice and easy. You can grab your blocks if you need to. When you get there, straighten both legs, Parsvottanasana. For this first one, keep that back heel lifted. Breathe in, straighten your legs, pull your chest forward, and then keep your length of your chest. Just bend your elbows, bringing your head towards your left shin. Take a full breath in and a breath out. Look forward here, bend your back leg. You're going to step forward now, have a little space between your feet, and then fold. Let your head go for Uttanasana. On your next breath in, lengthen your spine for a flat back. Pull your chest forward. Take your right hand under your face. You can bend that right knee. And then turn, let your right rib wrap under you. You can start with your left hand on your hip and then lift that left arm up, up, up. Take a full breath in. As you breathe out, bend both knees, wrap your left arm under your right, eagle wrap those arms, and then start to stand. So press your heels down, nice straight legs. Once you come up though, you can let your shoulders move forward towards your armpits, lifting your elbows, your forearms, your fingertips. Breathe in. Bend both knees. Hollow your belly. Start to fold. And then unwrap your arms. Step your left foot back. Downward facing dog. Take your whole breath. Come forward to plank pose. And again, shift your weight like you're peering over the edge of a cliff. Forward. Your eyes be a little forward. And then bend your elbows back, pull your chest forward as you lower. Widen your hands and feet, One more time, cobra pose. 2 or 3, 4 breaths, whatever it takes to start to work your spine up, letting your upper spine, your thoracic, coil its way in to lift the front of your chest. At the top, breathe in, and then lay yourself down. Narrow your hands and feet, downward facing dog, up and back. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. You're going to walk your feet towards your hands, but when you get there, we're going to have our feet wider than our hands and then bend our knees into this wide yogi squat to start. Just make sure your knees are going in the same direction as your toes and your outer hips firm in and down. You can bring your palms together, feel the weight in your heels, but try to lift your chest. Just take one breath in and a breath out. Bring your palms down, press your heels, straighten your legs, parallel your feet, and then let your head go. Take your arms all the way up. Urdhva Hastasana, straighten your arms and legs. Take your head back, bring your palms together, and then hands to your heart. Namaskar. Step your feet together, palms by your sides, Tadasana. So we'll move through Surya Namaskar, some sun salutations now. Breathe in, take your arms all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Today, let's go down the midline so you can bend your knees, hollow your belly as you fold, Uttanasana. Step your right foot back, downward facing dog. Come forward, plank pose as you breathe in. If you're ready, halfway, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Lift your right foot up, breathe in. Step your foot between your hands. Straighten your front leg, bend your back leg. Step, lengthen, and fold, Uttanasana. Take your arms all the way up. Urdhva Hastasana, breathe in. Fold down the midline, Uttanasana, as you breathe out. Step your left foot back. Downward facing dog. Plank pose as you breathe in. Keep your chest forward, lower halfway down. Up dog or cobra, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Lift your left foot up, breathe in. Step your foot between your hands. Straighten that front leg, bend your back leg. Step, lengthen, and fold. Take your arms all the way up. Breathe in. Go down the midline as you breathe out. Step your right foot back. Downward facing dog. Plank pose, breathe in. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, breathe in. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, breathe out. Lift that right foot up, breathe in. Step your foot forward. Straighten your front leg. Spring forward, lengthen, and fold. Take your arms up, breathe in, Urdhva Hastasana. Go down the midline, fold as you breathe out, Uttanasana. Step your left foot back, downward facing dog. Plank pose as you breathe in. Lower down, breathe out. Up dog or cobra, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Lift your left foot up, breathe in. Step it forward. Straighten that front leg. Spring forward, lengthen, and fold. Take your arms up. Breathe in, Urdhva Hastasana. Fold as you breathe out, Uttanasana. Step your right foot back. Downward facing dog. Plank pose as you breathe in. Chaturanga Dandasana. Up dog or cobra, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. This time, take a full breath in. Straighten your arms and legs as you breathe out. Step your feet together. Look forward. Bend your knees. Step or hop to the top. And fold. Take your arms up as you breathe in. Urdhva Hastasana. Fold as you breathe out. Uttanasana. Step your left foot back. Downward facing dog. Plank pose as you breathe in. Lower down. Up dog or cobra. Deep breath in. Downward facing dog. Deep breath out. Take a full breath in. As you're breathing out, extend your arms. Lift your kneecaps. Let your head go. Feet together, look forward. Bend your knees, step or hop to the top. Fold over your legs. Take your arms all the way up as you breathe in. Go down the midline as you breathe out. So we're going to hop to down dog now. Bend your knees, plant your palms, look forward. You're going to land with bent knees. Breathe in. As you breathe out, up and back. And then straighten your arms and legs. Plank pose as you breathe in. Chaturanga Dandasana. Up dog or cobra, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. So let's start our standing sequence now. Lift your right foot up, breathe in. Step your foot forward. We're going to start with a twist today. Plant your left hand, turn to the right, reach that right arm up. As you breathe out, bring your palm down. Plant your back foot. Warrior two. Come on up. Good. Straighten your right leg. Turn your right foot in. Left foot to the back. Warrior two as you breathe out. Just bring your forearm to your thigh to start. And then take your right arm up and over, extended side angle. Breathe in here, reach that right arm, and breathe out. On your next breath, stand all the way up, breathe in, turn your left foot in, turn your right foot forward, warrior two. Bring your palms to the floor, step back, downward facing dog. You can skip any vinyasa you like. Otherwise, plank pose, chaturanga dandasana, up dog as you breathe in, down dog as you breathe out. Lift your left foot up, breathe in, step it forward, turn to the right, plant that right hand, lift your left arm up, breathe in, palm down as you breathe out, plant your right foot, and then come up, warrior two. Breathe in, straighten that left leg, turn your left foot in, right foot to the back, warrior two as you breathe out, forearm to your thigh, reach that left arm right over your ear, extend. Take a breath in and a breath out. When you breathe in, stand back up, straight arms and legs, turn your right foot in, left foot to the front, Virabhadrasana 2, bend that left knee. Downward facing dog. Plank pose as you breathe in. Chaturanga Dandasana. Up dog or cobra, breathe in. Downward facing dog. Breathe out. Let's just add on to that. Lift your right foot up, breathe in. Step it forward. Twist to the right to start. Breathe in. Bring your palm down. Plant your foot. Keep that knee bent as you come up. Warrior two. Straighten your legs. Right foot in. Left foot to the back. Warrior two. Forearm to your thigh to start. Reach the right arm over your head by your ear. Now keep that knee over your heel. Slip your left hand to the floor inside your foot. You got to keep bending that left leg and keep extending your right arm. On your breath in, stand up. Turn your left foot in. Right foot forward. Warrior two. Now turn your right palm. Tilt back, peaceful warrior.
And then straighten your right leg. Utthita Trikonasana, triangle pose. Reach out, grab your ankle or your shin, lift your left arm up. Press your heels, lift your thighs, straighten your legs and your arms. Let your head go back. Breathe in. As you breathe out, look down, bend your knee, downward facing dog. Remember, you could skip these. Otherwise, plank pose, breathe in, keep your chest forward halfway down. Up dog or cobra, breathe in. Down dog, breathe out. Lift your left foot up. Step it all the way forward. Turn to the right, to the left to start, breathe in. Bring your palm down, plant that back foot, come up, warrior two, that front knee right over your heel. Breathe in, straighten your legs, turn to the back of your mat, warrior two as you breathe out. Forearm to your thigh to start, extend that left arm over your ear, and then slip your right arm and hand to the floor inside your foot. Keep that front knee bent, back leg straight. But extend as you breathe out. Go ahead, come up as you breathe in. Turn your right foot in. Left foot to the front. Warrior two. Turn your left palm. Tilt back, peaceful warrior. Now straighten that left leg. Keep all that length. Keep lifting your legs as you reach out and over. Bring your hand to your ankle or shin. And your right arm up, Utthita Trikonasana. Press your heels and lift your thighs. Two strong, straight legs. Breathe in. Look down, bend your knee, downward facing dog. Plank pose as you breathe in. Halfway down, up dog or cobra, breathe in. Downward facing dog. Breathe out. Lift that right foot up. Breathe in. Step it forward. Last time like this. Turn to the right as you breathe in. Bring your palm down. Plant your back foot. Virabhadrasana 2. Straighten your legs. Turn to the back. Warrior 2. Now let's just bring our hand to the floor inside our foot and then reach that right arm up and over. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. On your breath in, stand up. Left foot in, right foot to the front. Warrior two. Turn that right palm, tilt back, peaceful warrior. Now straighten your leg, stay big, triangle pose. Grab your ankle or your shin, lift that left arm up. Two straight legs. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Let's make this half moon. Left hand to your hip, look down, bend your knee, step in halfway. You can grab a block if you need to. Shift your weight over that hand and then press your right heel to straighten your bottom leg and straighten and lift your left leg. If you feel steady, the left arm can go up. Take a breath in and a breath out. Just step back here, low lunge, all the way back. Now, straighten your legs, parallel your feet, breathe in. Slide your hands back in line with your toes. Let your head go as you breathe out. And then breathe in, lift your head. Skandasana, like we started. Bend your left leg. Straighten and lengthen that right leg away. Breathe in here. And then let's walk to a low lunge all the way at the top. Now straighten your front leg. This time step your back heel in a hair, just enough to get your heel down. Keep these legs lifting and straightening. Pull your chest away. Of course, you can use your blocks and then let your head go as you breathe out. Parshva Tanasana. Take a full breath in
and a breath out. Breathe in, lift your head and chest, lift your back heel, bend your back leg, step forward, and then fold as you breathe out. Like we started, come onto your fingertips, breathe in, bend that left leg, plant that left hand under your face, turn to the right, reach that right arm up. Breathe in, bend both legs, slip your right arm under, left arm over, eagle wrap those arms, and stand all the way up. So now we'll just kind of do like a halfway Utkatasana, Garudasana. So keep your arms wrapped, but bend your legs, bend your knees, lift your elbows, let your shoulders move away from your spine. Breathe in, and then fold, unwrap as you breathe out. Bend your knees, plant your palms, down dog, step, or hop back. This time, move your toes a little back. We're just going to skip chaturanga and go up and over to upward facing dog, lifting our chest. Downward facing dog. Breathe out. Lift your left foot up. Last time like this, step it forward. Turn to the left. Breathe in. Bring your palm down. Plant your back foot. Come on up. Warrior two. Straighten your legs. Turn to the back. Virabhadrasana two. Plant your hand inside your foot. Take your left arm up and over. Extended side angle. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Go ahead, come all the way up as you breathe in. Right foot in, left foot to the front. Virabhadrasana 2 as you breathe out. Turn that left palm, tilt back, peaceful warrior. Straighten your left leg, stay big. Utthita, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Bring your hand to your ankle or your shin. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Let your right hand come to your hip. Look down, bend your knee, step in, shift your weight forward. You can grab a block. Ardha Chandrasana. Press that left heel to straighten your left leg. Straighten your right leg, and then maybe your right arm goes up. Breathe in and breathe out. Look down, step back, low lunge, straighten your left leg, parallel your feet, and then slide your hands back in line with your toes. Let your head relax, elbows bend. Lift your head here, breathe in, bend that right leg, flick your left toes up, extend that left leg, and then let's walk to a low lunge at the top. Straighten both legs. Now sneak your back heel in just enough to get it down, but keep lifting this left thigh. Pull your chest forward, and then bend your elbows to let your head relax towards your ankle. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Breathe in, lift your head and chest. Lift your back heel, bend that knee, step forward, and fold. Take your right hand under your face. You can bend your right knee once again, turn to the left, turn your whole chest, and lift that left arm up. Breathe in. Slip your left arm under your right, eagle those arms, and stand all the way up. Now keep your elbows lifting, your shoulders wrapping forward, and then just like Utkatasana, bend your knees. Shift your weight into your heels, let your thighs go down, but lift your elbows. Breathe in, and now fold as you breathe out. Let's hop to down dog, breathe in, bend your knees, hop or step back, and then straighten your arms and your legs. Move your toes back an inch, upward facing dog. You can go up and over, lifting your chest here. Downward facing dog. Breathe out. Lift your right foot up now. Breathe in. Different this time. Step your foot between your hands. Straighten your right leg. Parallel your feet. Breathe in. And now we're going to stay. Slide your hands back in line with your toes. Keep your legs lifting. Bend your elbows and let your head come down. Once your head is down, lift your shoulders away from your ears so that your neck is long. Breathe in and breathe out. Your elbows don't have to bend straight back. They can actually bend wide today towards your legs. One more breath. Walk onto your fingertips. Narrow your feet a little. Hands to your hips and come up. Bring your palms behind you. Interlace your palms. Lift your chest. Turn your right leg out. You might have to turn your back leg in a little. We're going to come into devotional warrior. Breathe in. Now, when you bend your leg though, pull your chest towards your head like a warrior 3. Pull your chest forward. Pull your chest forward. And then the only thing that happens is your head relaxes at the end. But pull your chest forward. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Good. Bring your hands down. Now lift your back heel up. Take your right hand inside your foot. Widen that right foot. Tap your back knee down for lizard pose. So uncurl your back toes. We'll do this in a few parts. You can use your blocks to bring your forearms down if you need to, but let your pelvis come forward, and then once your elbows either come to your blocks or your mat, tug the skin of your elbows and forearms back to pull your head and chest forward, forward, forward. For today, keep your right knee pulling into the midline towards that outer right shoulder. Take a full breath in. And a full breath out. Good. One more breath. Breathe in. And breathe out. Now walk onto your hands. Curl your back toes. Lift your knee. So you might use your blocks if you want to, but you're going to slip your right arm under your right thigh. Place your right hand outside your right foot. Widen your left hand a little bit wide of your shoulder. Keep your right knee pulling in towards the shoulder blade. Back leg straight. Head and chest forward. Just bend your elbows wide. Pull your chest forward. Pull your chest forward. Good. Slide your hands out. Step back. Downward facing dog. Turn onto your left outer foot and left hand here. Stack your feet. Vashisthasana. Bump your bottom hip up and then lift your right arm up. Breathe in. Take your right arm over your head. Step wide. Downward facing dog. All right, lift your left foot up. Step it forward between your hands. Straighten your left leg. Parallel your feet. Breathe in. Keep those legs straight. Slide your hands back and let your head go. Elbows wide. Once your head comes down, lift your shoulders. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay. Walk onto your fingertips. Narrow your feet. Hands to your hips. Come all the way up. Once you've stood up, bring your hands behind your back. If you remember the opposite interlace, take it. Pull your knuckles down. Roll your arm bones back. Turn your left foot out. Right foot in a little. Devotional warrior. Breathe in. Remember though, the chest is pulling forward. It's not rounding forward. Of course, there will be some rounding, but your head is going to be the last thing to go. And then the arms up and over. Take a full breath in. And a full breath out. Good. Bring your hands down. Flip your back heel up. Slip your left arm inside. Widen that left foot. Tap your back knee down. Uncurl your toes. So we'll start with this lizard on our forearms. You can use your blocks. Let your pelvis come forward. Let this knee wrap into the midline today. And then once you're on your forearms, pull the skin of your elbows back to take your chest more forward. And then you can let your head relax, but your chest is pulling forward. Your inner left knee is pulling into the midline. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Good. Now walk onto your palms. You're going to curl your back toes under here and lift your back knee off your mat. Slide your left arm under your left thigh. Your hand can go outside your foot. Widen that right hand. Now the idea here is to keep this left inner knee pulling into your shoulder. Your head and chest forward. And then when you bend your elbows, they can go wide, but your chest goes forward, your left knee stays in. Good. One more breath. And then slide your arms out. Step back. Downward facing dog. Turn onto your right hand and outer right foot. You can stack your left foot on top. Bump your bottom hip up. Lift your left arm. Take a full breath in and a breath out. Reach your left arm over. Step wide here. Downward facing dog. Move your toes back an inch. Let's just go up and over. Upward facing dog. Lift your chest. Breathe in. And then up and back. Downward facing dog. Step your feet together. Bend your knees. We're going to hop our feet outside our hands for this wide squat. When you get there, knees in the same direction as your toes, hips down, and then tuck your arms inside your legs. You can bring your palms together. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Touch your hands down. Press your heels, straighten your legs. Toes in, heels out, and let your head go. This time, bend your knees. You're just going to roll your way up to stand for Tadasana. Step your feet together. Arm bones back, eyes on the horizon. And just slow your breath down. Good. So now we're going to put it together and do this full Garudasana, arms and legs. So bring your hands to your hips. Bend your knees a little. Take your left leg over your right. So that's a single wrap, wrapping your thighs. And then if you can get your foot behind your calf, that's a double wrap. But if you can't, just keep your toes on the floor outside your ankle, but bend your knees, and now lift the sides of your chest up like we've been doing. Take your right arm under, your left arm over, single or double wrap. Now we have the full Garudasana eagle pose. Bend your knees, but lift your chest. Bend your knees, but lift the sides of your chest up. One more breath. And now we'll start to fold. We'll unwrap, step back, low lunge. Tap your back knee to the floor. Take your right hand to your thigh, and then hook your left arm outside your right leg. And just take a breath or two, relax your abdomen, and turn. And turn. Bring your palms together. Pull your head and chest away from your back foot. And then if you like, lift that back knee up. Pull the sides of your chest forward, forward, forward. One more breath. Look down. Bring your hands down. Straighten your front leg. You're going to slip your left knee behind your right ankle. If you have your blocks, just pull them back, and you can have them by your side for a moment. And we'll sit in this Ardha Matsyendrasana. So pull your right foot up your left thigh. Take your right hand behind you. Of course, if you need something to sit on, you can sit on a block or a blanket. Take your right hand behind you. Hook that left arm outside your leg. And then breathe in, sit up. This right arm bone rolls out of the way to turn. Breathe in and turn. One more, breathe in and turn. Good. Unwind, come back to center, and pause. If you're sitting on something, just take it out. Good. Lean back, unwrap your legs. So have your blocks right here by your sides. We're going to do Navasana, but a little variation of Navasana today in preparation for Astavakrasana is we're going to intertwine the legs. So chest up, shift your weight back on your sit bones just enough to lift your heels. Now take your right ankle over your left, squeeze your thighs and your shins together, chest up, and then if you want, arms forward. Take a full breath in and a breath out. Good. Bring your hands to your blocks, bend your knees wide, Sukhasana. So have your hands on your blocks. We're just going to play with lifting. You might just press your hands right down into the mat or on your blocks and use your feet to lift your butt and pull your belly back. Or you might lift your feet with your knees, right? So your choice, either feet assist in the lift or feet go up with the lift. Either way, breathe in. You got to pull your belly back and your chest forward. As you breathe out, press down, butt back, chest forward, and come down. Roll over your ankles, Uttanasana. Just fold at the top of your mat. Roll your way up to stand, Tadasana. Feet together, chest lifted, arm bones back, eyes on the horizon. Slow down your breath. Good. Bring your hands to your hips. Bend your knees a little. Take your right thigh over your left. And then if this right foot doesn't get behind the calf, you can just bring your foot outside your ankle. Either way, you bend your knees, but lift your chest. Bend your knees, but lift your chest. Left arm under, right arm over, Garudasana. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's step back, low lunge, all the way back. Tap your back knee down here. You can slide the back knee in like a 1/2 inch. Take your left hand to your thigh, hook your right elbow outside your leg. And then a few turns to get that arm and armpit all the way across. Your palms can come together. If you like, curl your back toes, lift your knee. Pull the sides of your chest forward. Breathe in. Turn as you breathe out. One more breath. Breathe in. Turn as you breathe out. Good. Look down. Bring your hands down. Straighten that front leg. Slip your knee behind your ankle. And come to sit. Same thing. If you want to sit up on something for this twist, you can. Pull your left shin up your right thigh.
Take your left arm behind you, lift your right arm up, and then either hook your elbow, or if you need to hug it, you can. This left arm bone is going to roll back. Breathe in, and then roll your left arm bone back to turn. And breathe in, and turn. One more, breathe in, and turn. Good. Come back to center and pause. If you're sitting on something, you can slide it out. And then unwrap your legs. If you used your blocks before, slide them back. So hands under the knees to start, chest up, shift your weight into your sit bones, lift your legs. Now, left ankle over your right. Breathe in, squeeze your thighs, your shins, and your feet together. Chest up, arms forward. Navasana. Modification now. One more breath. Bend your knees wide. Sukhasana. And sit up tall. Have your blocks by your sides if you use them for the lift before. And remember, you can press your feet down to assist or lift your feet as well. Okay? But your abdomen goes back, so it kind of pulls your hips back, and your chest has to pull up and forward. Okay, breathe in. Breathe out, lift. And then down. Good. Roll over your shins. This time, let's just step back. Last time, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in. And a breath out. Tap your knees down. Sit back on your heels for Vrajasana, rock pose. Sit up nice and tall. Let your palms rest in your lap. Just close your eyes. Take a few breaths. All right. Let your eyes open. All right, I think we're ready to try this pose, Astavakrasana. It's translated as 8-angle pose because there's a lot of bends in the body. The elbows bend, the knees bend, the hips bend, and the ankles. So you got, as pairs of 2s, 8 bends in the body. It's also a twist, and it's also an arm balance. And so there's a lot of places we can stop to work on this pose, even if you don't move towards the full pose. Which is why I like working on this arm balance, because I think there's a place each of us can try to get a little bit of work in that'll eventually take us towards the full pose. Okay, so I'm gonna use my blocks. One thing about blocks and arm balances is that if you have shorter arms, putting the blocks at the end of your hand, it basically extends your arms, which is helpful for arm balances. However, if you have longer arms, putting a block at the end of your long arm can make your arm too long to help you lift in arm balances. So if you're not quite sure, maybe try it and see if it assists, and if not, then you can move them out of the way. For me, I know they're useful, so I am gonna use my 2 blocks. We're gonna do this together, but I'm gonna give you steps along the way in which you can stop. So let's start in Dandasana, staff pose. We'll take our legs forward. If you are using your blocks, right by your side. Now, bend your left leg. And basically the shape that we're almost in now is lizard pose, which we did a couple times in this class. So we're gonna lift this left foot up, and here the inner knee and the left shoulder are coming towards each other. That's why we didn't wanna let it drift away, because in order to get this pose, this knee has to pull in towards the midline. So we're gonna try to keep it in towards the midline. The key is, as long as it's above your elbow, you're in a good spot. So get it as high as you can above your elbow, and then bite down so it stays secure. Now, you're gonna bring your hands either to the floor or to the blocks. So part 1 is to simply pull your butt back. You can use your front heel pressing down and lift. And maybe that's as far as you go today, and you can do that a few times. The second part of that is I'm going to cross my ankle over my other ankle. That's step 2. And then step 3 is to bend the elbows, take the legs to the side, and the chest goes forward as I bend my elbows. All right? So let's see if we can add these steps on. We'll lift the left leg over the elbow, bite down, find the blocks, butt up. We'll cross the right ankle over the left. You can stay here or squeeze your thighs, bend your elbows, chest forward, Astavakrasana. And come back. Extend your legs. So the leg that is over the elbow, right? So that was my left. And if that's the case, then the right ankle goes on top. Now when we do the other side, you'll see my left ankle goes on top. And it's because you want the bottom leg lifting up to secure to the top leg so it doesn't pull down. All right? Let's do the other side. And I'm sure we have a leg that we prefer, or a side that we prefer, and a side that's more challenging. And in a pose like this, those things will come up, those asymmetries. But let's bend the right leg. And then we'll lift it. And we'll get into this, like, it's almost like a seated lizard pose, right? And then we'll try to work the leg above the elbow. Above the elbow. This inner knee into the midline. And then I bite down, find my blocks. Maybe we just lift. Go forward, press, chest forward, butt back. Otherwise, I bend my left leg, cross it on top. Maybe this is as far as you go. Now, I squeeze my thighs, bend my elbows wide, and my chest forward. And then back. Astavakrasana. Okay, it's a challenging pose. Feel free to try it again, once on either side. We worked so hard to get here, so if you want to give it another shot, definitely give it another shot. Otherwise, we are going to wind our way down. Let's just start with an open twist. So I'm going to put my 2 blocks together just to get a little lift. And I'll sit up. And I'll start with my feet forward. I'm going to take my right ankle under my left leg, place my knee and thigh down. So knee down, right in the midline. This left leg is going to be like a child's pose. It's called Vinyasa. Lean onto my right hand. My foot bends back like a child's pose. The front of my foot is going to rest in the arch of my other foot. Arch right there. And then I just shift my weight and widen my knees. So now my thighs are parallel. You might have to adjust your buttocks a little. Arms widen the T, lift the chest, and we turn away from the knees. So I'll turn to the right, right hand behind me, left hand on my thigh. I like this twist so much because there's no obstruction in the abdomen to twist, so you can get a really nice open twist. Breathe in, sit up, and then bend your elbows and turn. Breathe in and turn. One more. Breathe in and turn. And then unwind. Lean onto your right hand. Unwrap your legs. And then we'll do the other side. Slip your left foot underneath your right leg. And you might have to adjust your hips a little. You want this knee down, shin down, right in the midline. Then you lean onto your left hand, point your toes back. The top of your foot goes in the arch of your bottom foot, and then your knee goes down. You can widen them so that they're parallel, and you can adjust your seat. Arms wide, lift your chest, turn to the left. Left hand behind you, right hand on your thigh. Sit up tall, breathe in, and turn as you breathe out. One more breath, breathe in. Turn as you breathe out. Good, unwind. Bring your hands down. Slide your legs out. So we'll finish with this supported bridge pose. I'm going to use a blanket. You don't have to, but I like the little lift of my shoulders just for a little more space for my neck. So I'm going to fold my blanket long ways in half, and I'll put it about 3/4 of the way up my mat. And then I'll move my blocks out of the way. I'm just going to use one block here. The idea is it's basically like a shoulder stand set up where your head is going to be on the mat here, but your shoulders and upper back are on the blankets. And that way the natural curve of your neck is preserved once you lie down. Okay? So, have my block. I'm going to lie down and just move my hair out of the way. And then the back of my head is on the mat. My shoulders and upper back are on the blankets, and there's about like an inch and a half away from this lip of the blanket. Now, when you go to lift your hips, you can put the block on any height you like. I'm going to put it on the high height, so I'll press my heels, lift my hips, and then I'll put this block under my tailbone on the high height. And then I can walk my feet in more underneath my knees. That's half of it. Now the other half is to get my shoulders to tuck under so that the arm bones go down and my chest can lift. You can do it once or twice on each side. And then you can interlace your palms around the block if you have it on the high height. If not, you can just turn your palms up to the ceiling. And we'll just breathe here restfully. We did a lot of rounding and twisting to get to Astavakrasana. So this supported back bend here, this passive back bend should feel really nice. Just slow down your breath. We'll stay for about 3 or 4 more breaths. You might play with extending your legs one at a time to open up the fronts of your thighs also. But if you feel a tugging on your low back, then keep your knees bent. Last breath. If your legs are straight, go ahead and rebend them. Take the interlace of your palms out, press your heels, lift your hips, slide the block out, and then just come down onto your back. I'm just going to roll to my side so I can adjust my blanket from my head. So I'm just going to roll to the side, slide my blanket back a little bit, can turn the fringes away, and then I'll lie back on my back. And now I have the blanket just under my head. And I can extend my legs out one at a time. Relax my arms by my sides. If there's a last shape, maybe a child's pose, or a happy baby, or knees into your chest. Feel free. Otherwise, right into final relaxation, Shavasana. Feels perfect for me right now. We'll just slow our breathing down. You can definitely stay as long as you like. Want to stay longer. Otherwise, you can start to deepen your inhales and your exhales. Reawakening your fingers and your toes. Maybe turning your head from side to side. And bend your legs one at a time. Go ahead and roll to your side. You can stay for a breath or two here. When you're ready to come up, let your head be the last thing. So keep rolling towards the floor to get both arms under you. And then come up to sit. Find a nice, comfortable, cross-legged seat. Sit up nice and tall. Bring your palms together. Namaskar, the mudra of gratitude. Let your head bow towards your heart, sealing in your efforts today. Relift your head. Let your eyes open. Thanks everyone for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed class, and we'll see you on the mat again next time.